Hey, welcome back. I want to share you a rather important announcement made by Jack Mallers. As you know, he's one of the major Bitcoin evangelists, Bitcoin maximalists. He's made a rather important announcement where he's released a new financial product from his Strike company, which aims to enable existing and brand new Bitcoin investors into the asset to hold on to their Bitcoins as collateral in order to take out a fiat-based loan. Very interesting. And if you recall in one of my earlier videos, which is all the more reason why you ought to subscribe to this channel, I made a prediction, a catalyst prediction, whereby we're going to be seeing a whole heap of new financial products backed by Bitcoin, and particularly a subset of those where we're going to be seeing in Bitcoin investors not having to relinquish their holdings in order to capitalize the gain over the long term. Instead, they're going to be holding on to their Bitcoin holdings as collateral in order to take out a loan in order to earn a yield on this Strike lending product. As I said in the outset of today's episode, we're going to be seeing more and more of these type of financial products backed by Bitcoin. Use it as collateral in order to take out fiat-based loans without relinquishing your Bitcoin holdings. And that's quite clever because, as he explained it quite eloquently, you could use the fiat loan for anything you'd like because we're really comfortable that in the long term, at the maturity of this loan, we're going to be seeing the accretive gain, the appreciating gain on the price of Bitcoin in fiat terms. And that's going to be quite easy to achieve because you can easily pay that back upon maturity of that loan, again, without having to relinquish your Bitcoin holdings. Now, even though it's a rather interesting product, and I think it's only rolled out in a handful of US states in the country, he said that it's going to be rolled out globally because he wants to capture the lion's share of this market, which is still in its infancy. So we're going to be seeing more of these products. So he's trying to play ahead of the game with respect to his competitors in this space by launching this product initially in the US and then rolling out overseas. Now, the caveat, you need to do your research for these type of securities firms because they're still a company. And even though it's an interesting novel idea, the expectation from these lending companies is they're going to still require you to deposit your Bitcoin holdings from your cold wallet onto their platform in order to use it as collateral and a basis for lending in order to take out fiat loans. So there's a caveat to this. There is a counterparty risk involved, and this is all the more reason why you ought to do your research. Look into your local jurisdiction financial regulators, because at the end of the day, they need to issue these licenses for these firms to issue these products, commercialize these products, and operate these products. So very important that you do your homework and check that Strike, in this case, is registered with securities firms. Very important that you should do that legwork and homework just to satisfy that when you start to deposit, I would suggest very, very small amounts of your Bitcoin holdings onto this platform, maybe just a few Satoshis to begin with would be my advice, just to play around and see how much you're able to take out as fiat loan on that platform to see how it all works together. So there's two types of products. The first of which is where he charges a standard flat fee rate of 30% APR as a result of depositing your Bitcoin holdings in order to take out 1 year of fiat loan and the monthly interest payments that you need to pay. There is another product where he himself have alluded that he's using, which is charging a 30% APR at the end of the. It's only at that point where you're going to be paying this lump sum 30% APR on top of the principal amount of the loan that you've taken out originally, which alleviates the hassle to pay those monthly interest rate payments on the loan itself. So those are the two types of products that he's mentioned. And like I said, you need to do your homework. This is something that I foreseen this as a catalyst for this year, 2025, where you're going to be seeing a whole heap of brand new financial products backed by Bitcoin, and particularly a subset of those where it's aimed at Bitcoin holders, long-term holders, where they're not in a position to have to sell off their Bitcoin holdings in order to reap the gains and the profits. And as a result, you don't need to worry about CGT, capital gains tax, because if you're still holding on to your Bitcoin holdings as collateral in order to take out a fiat-based loan, then there's no capital gains tax levy. So this is an additional advantage that these type of financial products aim to achieve. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to hit the like button, to share the video to colleagues and friends, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, as I regularly publish some interesting videos such as these, anything to do with Bitcoin, blockchain technology and the future of finance. So till next time,